Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. I just watched an A24 film called I Saw the TV Glow 2024 film. It's only a PG-13 and it's 1 hour and 40 minutes. Written and directed by Jane Schoenbrun. This is a horror drama around two teenagers that bond over their love of a supernatural TV show, but it is mysteriously canceled. And this is a A24 film. So right off, this isn't a movie that I can spoil by the details, because it's an experience. This movie, I feel, is going to be misunderstood by a mass majority of the people that watch it. And then I think that there's a real small group that I feel like I am falling into that are going to be affected by this movie in a strange way, because it's like we're following, let's go through some of the normal stuff here to put things into perspective. We have our lead character, Owen. He's played by Justice Smith in the later years, and as a young Owen, Ian Foreman. And then we have Maddie, played by Brigette Lundy-Paine. Those are our two main characters. Fred Durst is in this, if you're a musical fan, plays Frank, who is Owen's father. And yeah, this movie is really, really layered. It's deep. If you have any kind of mental health issues where you are constantly questioning the meaning of life and where you fit into it, and how you go through life constantly feeling like time is just going by, but you're kind of stuck and you feel like you're watching everything going by. This is my take on it, because I think people are going to interpret this many different ways, but that's my view of it. And it starts right off in 1996 in high school with Owen. And when I say I relate to this movie on that level, it's because, I'm in my 50s now, and I do feel like, what is the purpose a lot? And I've struggled with mental health issues. And this movie is using this TV show, The Pink Opaques, as a metaphor, I think, of just what these two characters kind of become introduced to each other through, but then also showing two different sides of how this show is affecting each of them in their later years. Um, there's a lot of imagery going on. There's a lot of very, for me, mood altering music and lighting, and just very somber, depressing, and watching Owen go through his life. Um, these actors and actresses and everything else, they were all just really, really good. Um, there are scenes of extremely long dialogue, monologue. There is fourth wall breaking moments from Owen where he's directly talking to you, narrating as the character about a feeling or something that has happened. We have a lot of jumps in time. We go from 1996 to a 20-year later span. Um, Maddie goes missing throughout the movie like two different times, and then we kind of get caught back up with Maddie. But this is just one of these movies that really, like, there were a lot of people that were getting up and walking around during this movie. It's just definitely not going to be for everybody. And when I watched it, and even talking about it now, it's affecting me still. So it's just a weird, deep movie. Um, the Pink Opaques, coincidentally, though, is you can tell the inspiration from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and even Amber Benson, who played Tara, is in it as a character's mother, which is just blowing my mind that, I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and, now she's playing mothers in TV shows and movies. So yeah, like I don't really know how to really wrap my head around this movie. I can't imagine I'm going to watch this again very soon. And just because it's still it's a self-aware, surrealistic movie. And I don't know, I saw somebody write that it's a coming of age movie, but I guess I see where that comes from, but really we don't see like the character Owen coming of age. He seems to be at the same level, although he's physically growing. And it's not like I'm talking about like he's dumb or anything. It's just that he's just going through the motions, just doing the thing. You wake up, you do whatever it is, school, work, you have to deal with your coworkers, you try to get to the next day. And that's really what this movie felt like to me, is just like, I'm sure that all of us can think back to times where there may be a year or two of your life where you're just kind of like getting through day by day. And we're watching this character Owen do it for the lifespan of this 20 years. And I don't know, like, so if you want to watch a movie that might mess you up for a day, check out I Saw the TV Glow. I think, let me see, it's got a pretty high rating on IMDb. It's got a 6.9 rating on IMDb right now, which I think is pretty high. But this is definitely not a movie that you're going to get like a ton of action. There are a couple of scenes that do get a little effed up that I wasn't expecting, but they definitely do flow into this. There's some really good music in this. There's some really interesting lighting and use of just imagery. I don't want to say like on a Cronenberg kind of level, but it's definitely got that. There's like a definite 90s nostalgia if you like the 90s vibes. There's a ton of footage of the Pink Opaques TV show, and you're going to definitely notice the homage to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Even the TV show's credit font was that Buffy the Vampire Slayer font. So it's definitely worth checking out, but I just, with the greatest of warnings, that if you're in a emotional place in your head, that maybe this is a movie that you wait on until you are in a good place, and maybe not even watching it alone. Um, I tend to watch a lot of movies alone. I don't have a big friend circle in real life, so I definitely was very quiet for the rest of the day after this movie. Um, I'd be interested to see like an interview with Jane Schoenbrun to give her take on what her what the impact was that she was looking to do, because it's definitely one of these movies where she had a vision and a motivation for this movie. It's not made for shock value. It's just a story that she worked very hard on and wrote. And I think people are going to really be hit or miss on this, and I think a lot more on the miss because it is so deep, and there is a lot of dialogue, a lot of monologue. So you'd see these two different characters. So I'm rambling at this point, but I saw the TV Glow, the one of the latest A24 movies. I count it as a plus, and as IMDb scores go, 6.9 is not that bad. Thanks for tuning into Now It's Dark. Please keep coming back to check out my videos, and have a great day.
Row 18, plot 20.